What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 18 Road to Glory, episode number 70 today. And in today's episode, guys, we are going to be playing last week's weekend, the last week of March for the 5-week month. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because we've now got Maradona in the club, and we're going to be talking to you guys about Maradona. How did he perform over the weekend? Was he worth it having him in the club? And whether or not I'll be keeping him around, because he is a pretty premium sort of card. Not a lot of people get to play with Maradona, and we've been blessed on this account to have packed a baby Maradona. So we'll be talking about him today while we go into some Foot Champs gameplay. You guys will also see some SBCs going on in the background as well, and yeah, it should be all good and fine and dandy. But let's get straight into the discussion about Maradona and what I decided to think about him and all that sort of stuff. Now, you will see me here for the first 20 or so games playing Messi on the right and Maradona on the left, and I actually changed this up later in the weekend. We actually got a really early rage quit in that first game, so that was a really good start to the weekend. But yeah, guys, the thing is that I don't like having Messi and Maradona in the same team. I think that they're good. They're both phenomenal players, but however, together in the same team as left and right cams, they're not the best. And let me just say that Messi and Maradona both prefer to use their left foot. They're that sort of player that if you can get them on their left foot, they're gonna do work for you. However, on the right foot, it can be a bit iffy, and that's the problem, is that I need someone at that right cam position who can cut the ball back in, who can whip in crosses, and that's just not Messi or Maradona. Now, right here, we did actually lose a draft, and I actually lost it to this Gullit card right here. You would have seen me do an earlier SBC, one of his SBCs, and this game right here just solidified for me, I need to get this Gullit. This Gullit, it was phenomenal for this dude. He was just everywhere. I could not break him down. And even though we did lose the draft, we did manage to pack an Icardi 86 rated card right now, who went for about 20,000 coins. So that was pretty decent. We made profit on that draft. But there's not really much you can do about that. I mean, like, the Gullit card, that is a card that we're going to be looking to get. And the question is where do we go from the team from now? Because obviously I'm not liking both Messi and Maradona. I will be playing with them for the rest of the few next games, sorta, and maybe the next couple weekends, just to try and see if I can make them work. But I need a right-footed player there. When I subbed on Lozano, I'm like, okay, we have someone right-footed. We have opportunities now. And that was the main problem. The second main problem with the two of them combined together was they're just not strong enough. They're not tall enough. They're not big players. Ronaldo and Suarez can both hold up the ball phenomenally, especially against defenses like this where you got Desai and Rio Ferdinand. And that was the main problem, is I need someone like Ronaldo or Suarez that can hold up the ball. Rui Costa was actually really good at that, and I actually do really like Rui Costa for that physical attribute. And until we get someone like, oh, I don't know, maybe an R9 or like a Team of the Season card who's right-footed, maybe like a Team of the Season Mane or something like that, it's going to be a hard thing to try and find one of those players, because there aren't that many around. Right here, very nice passing play work in here from Suarez to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo's able to tap that one home. And Ronaldo's just been great for me. He's just been generally just an amazing goal scorer. But as you guys can see, that's what Lozano does. You can either cut it back inside, or you can fake shot there, and you get the penalty. You draw the penalty, and that's what's the threat is sort of there. He's diving in there because he knows that Lozano has a right foot, and he can sweat that across. So that was the main thing. It was just, I do like Maradona and I do like Messi, but I don't think they work well together as a right and left cam combo. Now, talking a bit more about Maradona as a player by himself, he is phenomenal. He's so rapid. His left foot is unbelievable, and I probably won't put him through an SBC. I'm going to keep him in the rest of my club, and I'll probably use him as a super sub in one of my teams later down the line, which means if we're going to try and complete Gullit, which we are going to do a lot of his SBCs over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a push. We're going to need some extra coins here and there, and it's not going to be very easy. Right here we get a our fourth win in the draft, and we get a 50k pack. And unfortunately from this draft we didn't actually make profits, but there's not much you can do. But yeah, guys, so Maradona, let's talk about Maradona for a second. I think that, in my final opinion of Maradona, he's a great card, and he's definitely weekend league tier. if you have someone tall at the right striker and central cam position, he's going to work phenomenally for you. However, partnered up with Messi, he just doesn't work because they're both two very similar players. And I feel like at the left cam and the right cam position, they both curl back to hold up play and all that sort of stuff. And it leaves Suarez and Ronaldo isolated. And that's not what you want. You want players who can support the strikers at the left and right cam position. And I felt like with Rui Costa, they were a lot more supported up top. Especially with Messi. I feel like because Messi got a bit more, because Rui Costa got a bit more forward, Messi got a bit more forward. So yeah, I just don't think the partnership of Messi and Maradona is working too well, but I'll happily give it a try over the next couple of weeks and we'll see how it goes. But right here, guys, let's move on from the Maradona talk. Let's talk about the Gullit SBC, because we're doing this Gullit. We're going to complete this Gullit sooner rather than later. It's gonna happen eventually. Right here, you guys can see we're submitting a Sampdoria red card. I think that's Gaston Ramirez, and we're going to do some of these SBCs, and I'll show you guys the prices. They'll be at the bottom left corner as per always. And yeah, it should be pretty interesting to see how cheap we can do this Gullit for. I think I've only spent like maybe 20 or 30k, and I've done like maybe 5 or 6 of them because I packed a pretty big play. You guys will see that next episode from one of those packs, one of the informs from this team of the week. And yeah, we're going to complete this Gullit eventually, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to get him into the team. He's going to probably be replacing Goretzka, or maybe even going to the right cam position. I don't know entirely, but yeah, it should be very interesting. But right here, guys, we were 2-1 down against a player called Pickles, and the game started lagging up and it DC'd us. Now, this right here, I'm usually kind of curious about because it was right after I scored, and I've had 2 or 3 other situations like this. And when you disconnect from the game, you can see the time up the top, and it actually counts as a loss. I got disconnected in the 54th minute, and it counted as a 90th minute loss. Like, so I didn't actually get to play out those extra 30-40 minutes, and it was really frustrating. I wanted to play out those extra minutes, but just didn't get the chance to, did not get the chance to. So it's one of those ones you have to kind of just take on the shoulder. I know I didn't deserve to win that match. You could see the stats if you wanted to rewind, but yeah, you just have to take it on the shoulder. And right here, we're completing another Gullit SBC. I believe this one was pretty much a bit more expensive, and we got a premium gold players pack for it. So over the first couple of games in this weekend league, guys, I don't think I did too well, and I believe we got to a point where we were somewhere around the 18-7 mark. Maybe I might have got that wrong. It could have been like 17-6, somewhere around there. I don't know entirely, but we weren't doing the best. And then we come up against Infamous Shadow, and this was at like a low point in my weekend. I come up against this team, and a player in Infamous Shadow who I believe went to regionals, one in FIFA 17, one of the top players of FIFA 17, and you can see his team. He's got that prime R9, he's got Mohamed Salah, he's dancing on me, he's scoring goals left, right, and center. And you guys can see we're 2-0 down in the first few minutes. However, guys, I don't know what happened. Something's happened in the second half, and we just started firing. Goretzka with a nice little roulette there, and he's able to make it 1-2-1. Suarez making it 2-2. Very nice little double tap past the keeper on his weak foot. Ronaldo smashing it off the bar to make it 3-2, and then finally to wrap it all up, great little passing play here into Messi, into Suarez to Messi, Messi to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo to find the back of the net. And I think that was in the span of about 16 in-game minutes. We got 4 goals and we were able to win that one. Now right here, guys, I want to show you the bicycle kick of dreams, and this was up against a big opponent, Chlorine Bomb, one of the top players in the region with a phenomenal team. He's got like 6 Team of the Year cards, like icons and the rest, and Maradona is able to whip an amazing ball in there, and Ronaldo leaping, absolutely leaping, and he was able to get a nice little scissor kick there, overhead scissor kick, and just toe poke it past his David De Gea Team of the Year, I believe. I believe that's a Team of the Year David De Gea. It could be the normal one, but that was just a nice goal to have, and we really pulled this weekend around. So in our last few games, we actually managed to go 17-1 to go from I believe it was 17-6 to no, it wasn't 17-6. It was like 15-6. To 32-7. So it was a really amazing turnaround of events, and I was actually pretty happy of how we finished off the weekend. I really wasn't expecting an elite finish, and I was really actually giving up around the 21 game mark. I was like, nah, I'm just not going to play out these games. However, we started to click, we started to get on a roll, and we were really just starting to own and dominate some of our opponents. And as you guys can see here, we were able to get a nice little finish there from Ronaldo. A bit cheesy, but we were trying to chip away at this dude for the entirety of the game, and that actually brought us to 26 wins overall. So yeah, we're doing pretty well. That was game number 32, and in our final game, we came up against Pesquet XO. Now, this dude, I kind of cheesed him out of a win earlier in the match. Earlier in the week, we had a very iffy sort of game. I was able to get the win just, but basically, guys, I was on 32 wins, and I didn't need the win for either monthlies or weeklies. So I was like, you know what, guys, we're just going to give away a win. We're going to give away the win and finish on 32. It's not like I need 33, and this dude, I think, probably needed the win more than we did. So there we go, guys, 32 wins for the week, and in a weekend that I really didn't expect it, we were able to pull out 32 wins. We were in a really dire position in about 15-6 at the halfway point, and we were able to pull it around 17-1, then obviously giving away the win at the end there. And I believe that one game that we lost was to Jazz, who's been in phenomenal form right now. He's got 4 top 100s in a row with 2 40-0s over the past 2 weekends. So he's been doing amazing work. And yeah, it was just, I got obliterated 6-0. There's just nothing you can do about that. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for this episode. Overall, just an amazing sort of weekend. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of emotions, and Maradona performing pretty decently. I have to say that he is a very good card, but if you have someone like Messi alongside him, they're not going to work well together. They just are too similar of a player for you to have at the left and right cam position, and you need some variance. You need someone tall, at least, and we'll be looking to get rid of him eventually, but for right now, he is going to stick in the club, and we're going to rock up with this team. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Next episode for you guys, we'll be talking a bit about the swap promo. They just released that, and that should be very interesting. On top of that, guys, we've also got some more Gullit SBCs, and maybe, just maybe, we'll squeeze in the Elite 1 monthlies and the Elite 3 weeklies for you guys. So that should be very interesting, but that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to smash a big old thumbs up, drop a subscribe down below, and leave a comment as always. I love reading you guys' comments and responding to them as always. So leave them down in the comment section down below, and I'll be happy to respond. But until next time, guys, I'll see you guys in the next FIFA 18 Road to Glory episode. See you guys next time, and peace.